grace is like the sunshine. It is equally on a terrorist as much as it is on a very good human being. Okay? But the terrorist refuses that grace. So, grace is there equally on all. It is not the grace, it is the patrata of the individual.
Patra. How much the individuals.
It totally depends on your thirst. Okay? On the path of Advaita, they say only certain people can progress higher. Who are these people and what are their qualities? So it is mentioned the first step or the first quality. These qualities increase progressively in you. Okay, so you can take them as steps. From one step you go to the next, to the next, to the next. Some people, lucky people, are blessed with a little bit of each already. So there are different perspectives of looking at it. I'll just tell you the steps. Step one is the power of discriminating that I am lost in this material world and there has to be something about me that is more than just food, sex, money, relationships, everything that belongs to this material world. There has to be something more to me, to who I am. This discrimination, not just as a glimpse, but as a very strong thirst starts happening to the individual at step one. This is called Viveka. I'm telling you, completely Advaita Vedanta. Okay? This is called Viveka, the power of discrimination. Now, he starts seeing there has to be something more to me than just this body and just this mind. This power of discrimination is like a blossoming flower. It keeps blossoming little by little, petal by petal, petal by petal. So it's not that when I go to stage 2 to explain stage to you that stage 1 is over. It's not over. The next petal flowers slowly as we go. So you understand? Though I'm explaining in 1, 2, 3, 4, it is just to help us understand it. Okay? Now, second, what happens is a natural dispassion starts happening towards the material world, and a person starts really feeling that this thirst to know myself is so intense that automatically this is priority. It's not that he's not taking care of his child or doing his job or earning his money. He might be a stock trader continuously surrounded by money, 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 in thought, in action, all the time probably. But such a person also is doing all that as just to bring food to the table, to move on with the karma of this body. It's not his first priority anymore. His first priority has now become the search for who really am I? There has to be something. So you see, from one, at one, he has this distinction between the outside world and this inside thirst of who am I. And in 2, here it becomes a little less important and this becomes more important. So that's how it's going. Now, at stage 3, he starts blossoming into his body-mind complex, gets recharged with this new energy, because now obviously he's not just interested, he's picking up books, he's going to this teacher, he's going to that teacher, he's really working hard to figure it out. He's meditating. So all this is happening on the side. So at stage 3, now his mind starts becoming calmer, quieter. This becomes a natural phenomena in a person who is not always thinking about grasping and greedy for the world all the time. I mean, that is also there. When he's at work, he's doing his things. He is greedy, he's doing those things. He has still not become a yogi. But there is this stronger thirst that is helping him become calmer, and so this greed is reducing automatically. Yeah, a little bit of calmness is required for a person to go into meditation, even to start meditating. Correct? An extremely rajasic person with lots of thoughts, lots of restlessness cannot even sit down and close his eyes. So, third level is where there is an initial level of calmness that comes into this person. It's not the complete calmness yet where he's become a yogi. Yeah, just an initial level which helps a person sit down and meditate, which helps a person pick up a spiritual book and focus on it for some time and absorb the knowledge, which helps a person listen to a teacher with full focus and absorb that knowledge. Clear? Stage 3 clear? Calmness of calmness is also a very big word. I will say just simple quietness of the mind, initial quietness of the mind. Okay. Now, because of this initial quietness of the mind, he progresses to stage 4, where now his senses that were very interested in going out all the time, the eyes were very interested in going out, the ears want to continuously listen to music, be in noise, now start preferring a little silence. The eyes are okay with just being in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The senses have now started listening to this person, or the senses themselves have started becoming quieter and calmer. Clear? So the senses becoming calmer is stage 4. Yeah. Then is stage 5, a higher level where the mind starts listening to me. Yeah. Till now, I didn't even know that I'm different from the mind. So I was the slave of the mind. The mind took me here, took me there all day into this thought, that feeling, continuously. It kept kicking me around. Suddenly, there is a distinction, a little distinction, and the mind has started listening to me. So it's not just initial calmness, it's not just the senses listening to me, but the mind overall, which means even the memory has now become quieter. I'm not saying it does not bring up past, but now you don't get so involved. Yeah, thoughts do come up, but then it's pointless. It's the past. So now you don't indulge in the past thoughts as you used to before. So you understand what I mean by mind also listening to you or becoming calmer. Yeah. This progresses into a higher stage, a stage number 6, where along with the quietness of the body, along with the mind listening to you, a strong determination comes in you. If you decide that I have to do trekking this Sunday, and come what may, I'm going to climb this mountain. You know how you go with full energy, you take your backpack, everything is ready, well equipped, and you start climbing with that determination. That kind of energy comes for walking the spiritual path, and not just one day in a year. It's a continuous determination that is there now. Yes, everything is going on in my world. Family is there, job is there, career is there, money is there, relationships, blah blah blah. Everything is there, but this determination keeps my spiritual progress up. Number 1, and this is all going on. Yeah, this is when the mind gets tired of this, because the mind has a capacity, the intellect has a capacity of focusing on something. Then I do this, take care of this, do this, finish this, finish this. Now I got a break doing all this. Now I come back here, but on a daily basis. Yes, and sometimes multiple times a day I'm back here, either in the form of reading a scripture or listening to a talk or meditating or contemplating on what I heard from a teacher or read from a book. Now, because of so much determination, because of everything working in line with you, you will get a glimpse of the knowingness, a taste of the knowingness. So we have so many people join us for this Advaita retreat. 150 people join. Yeah, not everybody would have got the taste of that knowingness. The people who got a glimpse, got a taste, had accumulated all this wealth. Yeah, I call it the inner wealth. It's not outside. Yeah, this is all the inner wealth. So that brings another encouragement. Yes, I am so close. This is what I call Shraddha. Shraddha is that which comes from me tasting, even if I'm getting just one drop of that nectar. It gives me a kind of proof that yes, the ocean is not far away. Got it? Shraddha is not believing Ekta just because she said so, or Shraddha is not believing that scripture. So even when you were reading the scripture through all these stages to number 7, there was still no Shraddha. There were lots of doubts. There were lots of things that you wanted to clarify, wanted to define, wanted to challenge. But now at 7, there is no more doubt that enlightenment is real. Yes? And when you reach this taste, then only can number 8 happen, which is samadhan or contentment. Yeah? Finding that last step. Now, going from 7 to 8 can happen in a weekend, in one session, and for some people, going from 7 to 8 can take lifetimes. Yeah? Totally depends on, again, how much intensity, how much of 1 to 7 they keep applying. How much is their thirst? Clear? If you're ready to die for it, it will come to you. Nothing short of that will work, huh? The tool doesn't matter, the breath does not matter, whether you're using a mantra or not, that doesn't matter. In fact, silence is the best. Mantra and breath are used for beginners. Yes? Why? Because they were so lost in the world. The beginners had no idea. And then you tell them, close their eyes, look at what do I do in the dark? So beginners, they need something to hold on to, some support. So in the dark of closed eyes, you're giving them breath to hold on to, or you're giving them a sound. Either you are chanting the sound from outside, or you're telling them you chant it inside. Finally, it is sound, outside or inside. Yeah, so we are either giving them breath or sound or whatever different their techniques. It doesn't matter whether you're using the breath this way or that way. Yeah, it is holding on to something. It's okay. At the beginning level, it is required. When you progress till number 4, number 5 in the stages that I explained, now you have to drop it. Like when Anand was a little boy and your parents were teaching you how to ride the bicycle, they held you from behind. Only till you reach stage 4, stage 5, where you could start balancing, and then there you start moving on your own now. Which means now we have to move from sound or object like breath or something towards silence. The inner silence. Yeah? That is what we do in the Buddha retreat. Only in the first retreat you are using a breath or something, because everybody comes from different levels as beginners, and then soon you move to the next level where it's absolute silence. There is no instruction given. Yeah? Neither, I'm not even in the room, you're meditating on your own. And no mantra, no breath, nothing. Yeah? So Buddha very beautifully underlined how to go through the silence of the mind. That also has stages. Yes, going through the silent stages of the mind. That is what happens on Buddha's path. So different things appeal to different people. Some people find even that too much. Some people are so ripe, they're already at number 7. They're ready for 7. And then they get Advaita and they say, oh, yes, the knower is there. What was I doing all this while? Because when you're meditating on the breath, okay, or you are in the mind, the knower is there. The knower knows that you are meditating. Right? Yeah. So the knower was always present. Advaita goes directly here. Yes. That is why seasoned meditators, people who walked the path very, very long, they get it. They just get it. Yeah. But some people need to go down one step, and that's fine, no problem. Yeah. Then the best step is one level down is Buddha. Yeah. Because Buddha has silent retreats. No guided instructions, no voice. Yeah. Just you with your own mind, and then going deeper. And then one step under that, like for a beginner, is sound or breath or mantra. Give them some external support to hold on to. Very clear? So these are levels in which supports are given. You have to figure out where you are. You will obviously know it. Yeah. If Advaita seems very tough, then we take just one step down. You don't need to go all the way down to the beginning. No. Just take one step down. Do silent, absolute silent meditations. No sound, no mantra, no breath. Just you and the mind. If you don't know the techniques, we can teach you the techniques. That's not difficult. And then after trying that for say a year, then again you touch upon Advaita. Can I come here? Yeah, you have to experiment because everybody is at different levels. Yeah, so everybody has to gauge it for themselves. Yeah. In Vedanta, it's very simple. I am in front of this person who is fighting with me, who just starts arguing with me. Yes, and I realize when I am in my ego, I am in argument. Yes, that's the time I'm in my raga dvesha according to you. Okay? When I'm in my ego, that's when I am arguing. But there is a knower. Oh, I forgot the knower. You come to the knower. The ego will lose its power. And you will very clearly see this person fighting with me is also in his ego. He is not at the knower level. Maybe he's never done Advaita. He will never reach there. Yes, but I know that I am at knowingness level. Yes, and really, what do I perceive of this fighting person? I just perceive his sight, his angry face, sight, seeing. I already know seeing is knowing. Yeah, or being aware. So it is made of awareness. The sight of this person is made of awareness. I'm hearing insults being hauled my way. Yes, the insults is nothing but sound. Even whether it is a dog barking or a person shouting, they are sounds. There is no difference between me knowing the sound of a dog or knowing the sound of a person. Yes, knowing. Yes, awareness. This sound is also awareness. This person that I see is shapes and form. I see the shape of that particular body, that is the form, and the color of that body. This world of matter, I see shapes and colors because of the limited ability of my eye. Okay? If I was, say, in the body of a bat, do you know bats are blind? Yes, bats are blind. And bats, how do they still move around and not bang into a wall? How? They use sound. The sound echoes. The process is called echolocation in science. Yeah. And the bat knows how far away is what. Yes. And he figures out his three-dimensional world, and that's why he can fly around without hitting into the bark of a tree. Yes. So what did the bat do? The bat figured out his own world. Yes. Similarly, humans have this body-mind complex as their limitation. Yes. Through this body-mind complex, the way I perceive matter is only a shape and the color of that shape through eyesight. And then I perceive sound. Yes. I perceive taste. I perceive smell, and I perceive touch. Externally, there is no other sixth way of perception. Internally, there is a sixth, which is thought. Thinking about seeing, thinking about touching. Yeah? You got that. Externally, we are limited just by five senses. Yes. So when we are limited by five senses, we have created our own three-dimensional world. Clear? Vedanta is saying that the way you perceive matter and the way a bat perceives that matter is totally different. So what happened? Is that really matter? It is my assumption. Because of my limited vision, I have an assumption about a particular thing. Same thing applies to a human being. I have an assumption of this person over here.
Okay, right.
So I don't really know if matter exists out there. From my own pure experience, I only know that awareness exists, and perceiving or seeing is not different than awareness. Hearing is not different than awareness. So this person is not different than awareness. This is Brahman. Even if he's shouting and screaming at you, he's a shouting, screaming Brahman.
So at that time, just be aware of
this whole
this
explanation.
Is knowingness, and that is also knowingness.
Correct. That is knowingness born in this ocean of knowingness. You said you became aware of awareness itself. Did you become aware that it is not just a background screen but like an ocean? It is here, it is here, it is here. Oh, the awareness is everywhere. It's not limited to my eyes. It's not limited even to my brain. Oh, it is everywhere. That awareness is like a big field, infinite field. And really, is it just a field, or is it like an ocean, up, down, everywhere, in all directions? It's an ocean. It's a bottomless ocean. Don't try to look for even a bottom. It's a bottomless, infinite ocean. In that only, this person has come up. Yeah, in a particular form. I see the shape and I see the color. I give it a name, which is nothing but sound. Yeah, what is your name? Pragya. Yeah, Pragya. So Pragya is also, the word Pragya is sound. Yeah. So all I see is form and sound. And I have given this form and sound a name, whatever, Mr. X. And then my ego, that which forgets that I am the knower, gets involved with this Mr. X, creates a dvesha with Mr. X and is fighting. It's silly. I see this and I come to my knowingness. What am I doing? I am knowingness. This is also knowingness. Knowingness fighting with knowingness.
So both are actually at that time under the influence of their egos.
Correct.
So we have to be centered. We have to be aware of the awareness.
Yes. That is your choice.
Maybe we have to figure out what's
Working for you
out
best. Right. Yeah. You have to figure out. Everybody is at different levels, no? And I don't know your level very well. But you can figure out. You can figure out. Yeah. So you have to figure out. You have to test different things. And I tell you an easy example. When you mature, things will fall off automatically. Means you lose interest in them. Like when Pragya was a little girl, she played with her little toys. But at a particular age, you matured and now you don't even look at that doll. Yeah. Then a particular age came where Pragya was very interested in boys. Yeah. And you played for a while. And then you came to another age where even that interest was gone. You see that? So like that, similar thing happens on the path. For a beginner, because he doesn't know what will I do with eyes closed, how do I meditate, we give him some tool to hold on to because it's so dark inside after I close my eyes. What do? I'll go to sleep. No, don't sleep. You have to meditate. How do I meditate? Okay, you observe the breath. We are giving him a tool so he does not go to sleep. He learns to close his eyes. So give him the breath, give him a sound, a mantra, whatever. Just give him something to keep the mind interested. Like a little child needs to be trained. We are training the beginner's mind. This beginner starts getting so interested in spirituality, he goes deeper. Now he wants more. Yeah, because now I'm not interested in just playing with my eyes closed. I just don't want 10 minutes of relaxation from the world. I want more. That thirst develops automatically and then you start searching. Then that's where I noticed that Buddha's path helped. Buddha's meditations are where you drop sound and you're in absolute silence. Now there also, on that stage also you need a little guidance. Okay, how long? How do I just be in the silence? I can keep my eyes closed, but what do I do? So there also he has techniques what to do. Yeah? Without an external support. Now you've moved from breath or sound which are related to external. Ear is external, sound. Yeah, breath is external. This is all body. Now he moves to the mind level and says, now in the mind you use the mind objects. And he helps you go deeper and deeper. From Buddha's path also you can come to the same knower, same knowingness. Yes. And if you feel that, oh, you are such a ripe soul, directly in Advaita, by listening to it, you'll be like, yeah, I was meditating on an object, but there was always a knower who knew that I was meditating. So now this is a higher level person who's advanced, super advanced. Yeah, he just listens to it and he's like, Advaita is my path. Got it? So everybody has different levels and only you can figure out your level. Yes, that's why we have these one-on-one sessions. So with a few more one-on-one sessions, I get to know people well. They keep describing their journey. They keep writing emails to me and then I can figure out. Then I can help you where you are, what you need.
Sure.
Yeah. But initially, I will not be able to. I won't know. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Advaita has no magical powers, no mystical, mythical. All that has been left out. Yeah. Advaita is pure experience. Through pure experience, what I can figure out about myself.
Okay, so actually you have already answered that question. That my next question was how to progress on the path. You have already answered. That's individual preferences and what you think, what's your thirst.
Yes.
Okay, so I can be in contact with you by email.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, lots of people keep in touch. Yes.
Okay.
But you have to maintain the same email chain because there are hundreds and hundreds of people, okay?
Yeah, I understand.
So you have to reply back to the same. So when I receive your email, I'm actually reading the whole email chain, going back to the first, and then I know your progress. Then I understand where you are. So whenever you write to me your best meditative experiences. Write to me how spiritually you feel you have progressed, or where you feel you're not progressing.
Okay.
Don't write things to me. Today I fed the dog. I saw this movie. That is for a friend. Okay?
Thank you so much, Ekta. Thanks a lot. Just helping me a lot. Thank you.